what are the benefits of having like a drop away rest versus like a whisker biscuit, which is like the only other option it seems like people run anymore other than the
whisker biscuit makes me cringe, but I don't want, I mean, it's good for kids or a woman or someone just starting out.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to shoot past 20 yards. You know, it's great for people like that. It does slow your arrow down a little bit. You can still make them fly pretty good. You know, for the most part, those will be tunable. You know, you could probably still get a bullet hole. I haven't shot a whisker biscuit in 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, if they've been around that long, maybe 15 years ago, I shot one. And I used to have one, and I mean, my bow shot really well. It just for
really fine tuning things, it's not the most
ideal.
I
mean, if you're just wanting something to shoot 20, 30 yards, it'll be fine. It's whatever you can afford, I guess. But you know, it's kind of one of them things you pay for what you get. You know,
Dan had a whisker biscuit on his bow for a little bit, and he hated it.
Yeah, I just think I feel like you get some inconsistencies a little bit with them. Anything that's touching your fletching is not going to be accurate.
What I have a problem with them, and like some guys swear by them, and that's great, you know. But I just like they have to continuously be changing. Like there's no way them things in there stay exact same. So
especially if it gets wet.
Yeah, my buddy who was down here this deer season hunting, he had a whisker biscuit, and dude, it was like tore all the crap, and I was like, man, you got it. Yeah, and he was having all kinds of tuning issues where we couldn't get his bow tuned, and then you looked at it, or I sent you a picture or something. You're like, oh, there's the problem right there, man. You got to fix that.
Yeah.
So if you do have one, I guess you probably want to, I don't know, keep track of all that, because it definitely was throwing my buddies.
Seems like every time one of your buddies comes up to hunt, you always
They
called me Dan's peep sight flew out of his bow one year.
Yeah, we told that story on this podcast before.
Yeah.
Dan came down here hunting one time, and he dry fired his bow in the parking lot of one of the pieces of public, and all of his crap flew off his string, and we had to bring it over here, and he
was actually kind of nervous, I felt like.
Yeah.
I feel like when he came over, he was probably thinking, man, what's this guy going to do to my bow?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, don't dry fire your bow. That's not a good thing.
No.
Especially on an out-of-state hunt.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank God you were around, because
we had it fixed in no time.
Yeah, wasn't a big deal, really. I think the only thing that flew off was like his kisser button
and his peep sight.
Yeah. We didn't find either one of them. They flew out in the woods somewhere. But drop away rest.
Yeah, I mean,
what about
today's technology? I would definitely go with one.
Yeah, and they're not like horribly expensive.
No, you can get a decent QAD for like $100. I think.
I don't think a whisker biscuit's much less than that anymore. I think they're like, for the micro adjustable ones, I think they're like $70.
Oh wow!
So
I would get a QAD. You're still entrapped.
Yeah,
you know, you got the bar and then the
There's a lot of good ones out though.
Yeah,
I shoot a Trophy Taker Smackdown Pro is what it's called.
Yeah,
I like a limb driven rest.
Yeah, a lot of guys do, and I shot one this year, and you know, I had some issues. So
what kind of issues do you have with them?
It was my own fault. I had a couple of screws come loose, and I thought it was on the limb.
Oh.
I changed this pad. I didn't like where it was at. I'm real particular.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it, but
screws came loose.
The screws came loose on the bottom, and it wasn't. It was staying up a little bit longer. Yeah.
Oh,
that's causing me to hit high, like 3 or 4 yards high.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big difference. So I just went back to. This was my first year with a limb driven. I've always shot either a QAD or one of those Trophy Takers.
Yeah, like that's tied into the cable.
Tied in the cable. Yeah, that's what I've always hunted with.
Yeah.
But
the only reason I don't like cable driven ones is because I'm always paranoid that that's going to like break on me out in the woods. I'm like with the, I keep a little strand of the like D-loop material in my truck, and like so that if something would break, I can just change it out real quick. 100%.
You know? The only reason I switched to a limb driven was because I'm going to Arizona to hunt mule deer next week. That was it. That was the only reason I switched. I thought, you know what, if something was to break out there, I can change this in the field in a second.
Yeah, that's where my mind was.
So I was like, I'm just going to switch to that, and I loved it. It shot great. I think riding on my e-bike may have kind of jarred some screws loose, and I didn't check them. It's my own fault.
Yeah,
100%. But again, I can put that on there. And I mean, I've dropped them out of the tree stand before, and it's not moved. I mean,
I mean, it's probably not.
It's just one of them things where I should have just. I usually Loctite everything.
Yeah,
and I didn't.
Yeah,
I just slapped it on there because I thought, man, this. Nothing. I mean, they're still great rests. I would still shoot. I mean, if I get another one of these bows to shoot 3D, I'll have a limb driven ham ski on it probably.
Yeah, if this was just my paranoia, I think I was going elk hunting. This has been years ago when I switched over, and I think it was my paranoia about something breaking out there and not being able to tinker with it.
I mean, if that happens to come out of there, I'm in trouble without a press.
Yeah, and I'm always like, the way I hunt whitetails too, it's just I'm rough on things. I'm always like dragging my bow through a bunch of crap, briars, and
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm always worried that I'm going to get that caught in there and just yank it off. But
this is the first year I had my e-bike. I just got it.
Yeah,
and it was awesome, but that's the only thing I can think of that was really
different.
Yeah,
that jarred it, dude. That's a lot of vibration.
I know, and that's why I got to thinking about. I thought, man, I should have next year. Whether I leave this on, which it's shooting so good, I ain't changing it.
Yeah.
But if I was to ever put another one on, limb driven or something, I would definitely pull screws out,
Loctite it.
Yeah.
Do you Loctite everything on your bow then, for the most part?
I mean, like all my screws on my rests and stuff, I do. My sight, no, not really, because I mean, that's always little.
You're always tinkering with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty anal. Yeah, about that. So, no, not everything, but like your rest, my limb bolts, I always Loctite one side.
Yeah.
I red Loctite one side and then blue Loctite the other. They'll still bust off. You can still get them off.
Hey everybody! If you like the channel, make sure you subscribe right here. And if you like the clips, I got 2 more options for you. 2 options right here. Subscribe right here. See you guys.